Today we're painting loose watercolor blueberries. And if you're new, hello, my name is Nisha, and I teach watercolor and illustration tutorials. Alright, we'll start with some loose circle shapes. These are really loose, and I'm leaving little spots for highlights. And you can put these in a little bit of a cluster. A little bit of that white paper is showing through. Blueberries also have these little spiky areas on one end, so I'm putting little short strokes to indicate those. And I'm also keeping some areas really light and bright to show the highlight. So if you get a little too much paint in an area, just rinse your brush so it's damp. You can pick up some extra water and paint with that damp brush. Alright, so let's put in the greenery. So first, little pieces of that stem, you can put them right through those little spaces in between the blueberry clusters. I'm starting with these wider green leaf shapes, and then I'll go in and add a few more details with a smaller leaf shape. That will give some visual interest to have different sizes and slightly different greenery colors. So mixing up a little bit more of a yellow-green, it's got a little bit of brown in it to tone it down, and I'm putting these tiny little leaves to add that texture. Okay, and now to add in some shadows and details, I'm using a darker brownish green to put in some of the vein lines and just darken up a few areas near the stem. And then with a rinsed brush, you can go in and soften any of those edges if you want to make them a little bit of a softer blend. And then adding in shadows and details onto the blueberries. These have dried a bit, so I can add them in with a darker bluish purple. And just remember your light source, so if you're generally got shadows along the bottom, keep that consistent on all your berries. And again, with a rinsed brush, you can soften out any of those edges if they are a little too harsh. So add your final touches and we'll be done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a ton of fun painting. Also, check the description. I run a free watercolor challenge for beginners, and I also have a beginner-friendly watercolor class. It's a course all about botanical illustration, so check out the links below, and I'll see you there.